Salutations, friends. Said Stevie here, and today we're taking a closer look at this bad mamma jamma right here. This is the Divo Knives Growler prototype. This is the second design to come out from Divo Knives from Kevin and Colin over there. The first being the Stout. I've had this in for about a week and a half ish, and I've carried it every day as my primary knife. And I gotta say, my opinions on this knife are really, really good. This is going to be more on the budget side. It's going to be a White Mountain Knives exclusive. I'll get into that a little bit more here in a second. But you were looking at this 3.3 inch blade, 3.1 cutting length on there. Kind of a sheep's footy, drops point ish E-type blade there. Full, tall, flat grind, big ol' thick knife with some nice belly in it. Divo Knives logo on the show side pivot. Black micarta. Spots for a lanyard there. I think that's going to be a G10 backspacer. Fairly deep carry loop over style pocket clip that has been recessed into the handle scales with flush fitting screws. I believe that one of the changes is that this will be a reversible pocket clip that'll come with a filler tab, a T8 on the hardware, and then a sterile blade on the clip side there. Ergos are pretty dang good. Great, actually. The way the handle is designed and the blade is designed, you naturally just kind of get into a choked up grip there. But even back here, I still get a full 4 on it. No hot spots whatsoever. Cut out. All right, I'm back. My only real gripe about this knife is that it's void of any jimping. So although it does lock into hand really well, it is slick back here. I think that they should have put some jimping at least all the way up to the edge of the slot there. But that's just a personal preference. It hasn't hindered me any. I just would like to see some jimping on the spine of a knife. As I mentioned, this is a steel inset liner lock there, riding on caged ceramic bearings. It came completely centered. It stayed completely centered. There's been no blade play that's developed. I haven't beat the shit out of this thing, but you can see the blade is all goobered up. I have legitimately been using this as my primary unboxing knife for everything. I've sliced some cardboard, sliced a bunch of tape, and it's held up really well. Action. So one of the changes that there's going to be, he said, better access to the lock bar, or the liner lock there. I think that it's fine as is. Again, it could use a little bit of jimping maybe, but it's going to be better access. Drops right to the nail, little shake shut, and it's home. And this is a pass around knife. Who knows how dirty it is? I haven't tried to do anything to the pivot. But as is, the action's great. Easy to fire out with my thumb. Easy to middle finger flick. And yeah, it carries just fine. I've had no problems with the pocket clip whatsoever. A pretty basic steel loop over pocket clip. But I don't think you could ask for much more in a pocket knife. Kev said that someone compared this to the F5.5. And so I went and got one of my F5.5s. I don't, sure, I guess you could make a comparison there. I said it definitely has some Vox vibes to it, but that's about it. It was more of a compliment to him than anything. I don't think that this is by any means a F5.5. Obviously, it's a little bit bigger knife overall. bigger blade. You got sub 3 inch, you got 3.3 inch on there, bigger handle. Yeah, this is more premium materials, but this knife is its own thing. So great knife, but I think that the Growler stands on its own. As I mentioned, this is going to be a White Mountain Knives exclusive, $85. This is going to come in this with this satin blade here, or you can get it in a bead blasted or black washed blade as well. I don't know if the hardware is going to change or the pivot collars are going to change based on the blade finish. What else? The plunge grind is going to be updated, slightly bigger lanyard hole, rounded edges all around. I guess maybe it feels a little blocky, and having some rounded edges might help with that. But again, I think that it doesn't really affect the ergos at all. Better lock bar access, like I mentioned, but that seems fine to me. And then a D-shaped pivot. So I'm assuming that this is a free spinning pivot at this time. Again, haven't tried to do anything to it. But yeah, the micarta's done real well. Everything's done well as is. The OEM on this is Shieldin, and this is the first go-around that I've had with any Shieldin knives. Never had one of their own, or I believe any other of their OEM knives. But so got no problems with the fit and finish, and especially since there's going to be some updated changes, it's going to make that even better. And for $85, I think that this is a really good value. If I didn't mention, the prototype's D2, but the production will be 14C28N. $85, and the White Mountain discount codes will work. The White Mountain Knives discount coupons. So you can use Lefty 10 to support Kevin. You could use Keister 10 for Mattisfaction. You could use TLR 10 for The Last Ranger. You could even use Stevie 10. And you can save, $8.50 on this. And you're going to get free shipping and no taxes on top of that. So, great decision to go with White Mountain Knives. And with the other, budget type, and budget meaning, I guess, sub 100, budget can be different for anyone else. I'll say in the sub $100 category, I think you're getting a lot for this. There's some other knives that have come out recently that are even a little bit more expensive, if not a little bit cheaper. So like the Pinion, you got 75 for their G10 or 89 for their micarta. I would say if you're comparing those two, you get a little bit better value here. Sorry if, Casey, I don't want to hurt your feelings by saying that. It's just one of the more recent releases that comes to mind. What else? I don't know. Plenty of sub $100 knives. But for $85, I think that this is bringing it. And I think Divo Knives did a great job with the design work here. And they picked a great OEM. So I guess that's really all I have to say. I am digging what Divo is putting down. I recently got the Stout in hand. The Stout is phenomenal. I've already gone and tossed a lynch clip on it. In fact, apparently I liked it so much. Thought it was so nice that I had to go and buy it twice. So I ordered the copper carbon fiber and the black micarta. Digging what Divo is doing, absolutely. Another plus for me is, like I said, Colin Mason Pierre, one of my favorite designers. CM Knife Designs is part of this, so keep that collection side of things going. But yeah, shout out to the Growler, man. Great knife. Pre-order date has not been set. I think they're shooting for October. I don't know if that's going to be before or after Blade West, but either way, be on the lookout for sure. Follow Divo Knives. Be subscribed to Kevin. You'll hear all about it. I'm sure you'll see a lot of us posting about it more as the dates get announced. But that's all I got, guys and gals. I think that well, I know for sure I'm going to get in on the pre-order. I'm going to go with the bead blasted blade or the stonewash blade. And yeah, so it's got 2 thumbs up of approval from Stevie here. And I guess that's all, folks. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me know what you guys think. And until the next one, I bid you mofos, adeuces.